We will start with senior members of the football team. First, we have Andre Bell, escorted by his parents, Andre Bell Sr. and Barbara Lorick. After graduation, Andre plans to attend a 4-year college. Andre Bell. Max Bauer. Max is escorted by his parents, Seth and Rebecca Bauer. After graduation, Max plans to enroll in a trade school for welding. Max Bauer. Ben Delbach. Ben is escorted by his parents, Bill and Don Delbach. Ben plans to enlist in the Navy after graduation and is accepted into the Navy SEAL training program. Ben Delbach. Nathaniel Fairland. Nathaniel is escorted by his mother, Jamie Fairland. After graduation, Nathaniel plans to enlist in the Navy. Nathaniel Fairland. Brandon Haupt. Brandon is escorted by his parents, Glenn and Jennifer Haupt. After graduation, Brandon plans to attend a trade school for HVAC. Brandon Haupt. Blake Hockenbrock. Blake is escorted by his parents, Todd and Kim Hockenbrock. After graduation, Blake plans to attend college to major in business. Blake Hockenbrock. Tanner Hornberger. Tanner is escorted by his parents, Matt and Renee Hornberger. After graduation, Tanner plans to join the workforce. Tanner Hornberger. Ty Brady Kurtz. Ty is escorted by his parents, Todd and Kara Kurtz. After graduation, Ty plans to attend college to study business. Ty Kurtz. Bryce Chicatano. Bryce is escorted by his parents, Trevor Chicatano and Mary Campbell. After graduation, Bryce plans to attend a 4-year college. Bryce Chicatano. Jensen Shuey. Jensen is escorted by his mother, Dana Wary, and grandmother, Joanne Feast. After graduation, Jensen plans to attend a 4-year college. Jensen Shuey. Caden Parker. Caden is escorted by his mother, Alyssa Stutzman, and grandmother, Bonnie Parker. After graduation, Caden plans to attend college to major in physical therapy. Caden Parker. Chase Pencil. Chase is escorted by his parents, Marcus and Holly Pencil. After graduation, Chase plans to attend college and major in exercise science and kinesiology with a minor in business. He also plans to continue his athletic career in football or track. Chase Pencil. Rylan Price. Rylan is escorted by his parents, Ryan Price and Nicole Baranich. After graduation, Rylan plans to attend Penn Tech to major in radiology. Rylan Price. Zach Zahner. Zach is escorted by his parents, Mike and Lacey Zahner. After graduation, Zach plans to attend a 4-year college and major in sports management. Zach Zahner. Next, we will have our senior members of the band. Nathan Ballou. Nathan is escorted by his parents, Andrew and Andrea Ballou, and David and Jenna Healy. Nathan is deciding between joining the Navy or attending college to become a social studies teacher. Nathan Ballou. Jasmine Bodiford. Jasmine is escorted by Rain Lipsky and Adriana Delorso. Jasmine plans to attend Penn State University to study wildlife sciences. Jasmine Bodiford. Mackenzie Clark. Mackenzie is escorted by her mother, Brandy Finney. After graduation, Mackenzie plans to go to culinary school. Mackenzie Clark. Elena Combs. Elena is escorted by her parents, Ed and Angela Reed. Elena plans to attend a 4-year university to study forensic science. Elena Combs. Raven Dudra. Raven is escorted by her parents, Dan and Tammy Dudra. Raven plans to attend college to study forensic chemistry. Raven Dudra. Kaden Hynoski. Kaden is escorted by Gary and Holly Hynoski. After graduation, Kaden plans on entering a 4-year college for teaching. Kaden Hynoski. Richie Jelinski. Richie is escorted by his parents, Richard and Renee Jelinski, and Corey Klein, and Nicole Cope. Richie is undecided as to his post-secondary plans. Richie Jelinski. Damian Jovel Martinez. Damian is escorted by his mother, Dorothy Jovel Martinez. Damian is undecided as to what his plans are after high school. Damian Jovel Martinez. Jasmine Case. Jasmine is escorted by her parents, Cody Tripp and Aubrey Case. After graduation, Jasmine plans to attend Missouri County Community College to study nursing. Jasmine Case. Brooke Kerstetter. Brooke is escorted by her parents, Aaron Kerstetter and Melanie Dick. After graduation, Brooke plans to attend college to study animal welfare and conservation. Brooke Kerstetter. Thomas Clayman. Thomas is escorted by his parents, Brett and Stacy Clayman. After graduation, Thomas plans to attend Millersville University to become a veterinarian. Thomas Clayman. Brooke Latshaw. Brooke is escorted by her parents, Trevor and Rose Latshaw. After graduation, Brooke plans to attend college to study cosmetology. Brooke is also a member of the cheerleading team. Brooke Latshaw. Aiden Santor. Aiden is escorted by his parents, Eric and Sherry Santor. Aiden plans to attend Penn State University to study engineering. Aiden Santor. John Shepard. John is escorted by his parents, John and Janine Shepard. John plans to attend Penn State University to study biomedical engineering. John Shepard. Kendra Taylor. Kendra is escorted by her parents, Dennis and Angela Taylor. After graduation, Kendra plans to attend Penn State Hazleton for sports medicine. Kendra Taylor. Aaron Timmon. Aaron is escorted by his parents, James and Leanne Zablosky. After graduation, Aaron plans to attend college to study psychology. Aaron Timmon. Haley Walton. Haley is escorted by her parents, Nathan and Jonna Walton. After graduation, Haley plans to attend a 4-year college. Haley Walton. Now our football cheerleaders, who are seniors. Gabriella Carnuccio. Gabriella is escorted by her parents, Tony and Noelle Carnuccio. After graduation, Gabriella plans to attend a 4-year college for nursing. Gabriella Carnuccio. Kara Huff. Kara is escorted by her parents, Dwayne and Don Huff. After graduation, Kara plans to attend Drexel University to pursue a career in child psychology. Kara Huff. Nadia Williams. Nadia is escorted by her parents, Danny and Michelle Williams. After graduation, Nadia plans to attend college to study nursing. Nadia Williams. Sierra Yo. Sierra is escorted by Lester and Mary Yo. After graduation, Sierra plans to attend Drexel University and major in forensic psychology. Sierra Yo. Now for our cross-country senior members. Alexis Bressy. Alexis is escorted by her parents, Darby and Suzanne Bressy. Alexis plans to attend college and participate in cross-country and track and field. Alexis Bressy. Tyler Kerstetter. Tyler is escorted by his parents, Todd and Cindy Kerstetter. After graduation, Tyler plans to attend college and major in political science. Tyler Kerstetter. Emily Rumberger. Emily is escorted by her parents, Daniel and Shelley Rumberger. After graduation, Emily plans to attend a college to study nursing. Emily Rumberger. Aaliyah Shavoni. Aaliyah is escorted by her parents, James and Felicia Shavoni. After graduation, Aaliyah plans to attend college to study medical imaging. Aaliyah Shavoni. Weston Muchler. Weston is escorted by his parents, Brian and Dolly Muchler. After graduation, Weston plans to enlist in the Marine Corps. Weston Muchler. And last but not least, our senior members of the golf team. Hayden Karlovich. Hayden is escorted by his parents, Mike and Jennifer Karlovich. After graduation, Hayden plans to attend college to major in business. Hayden Karlovich. Cameron Kramer. Cameron is escorted by her parents, Bill and Brenda Kramer. After graduation, Cameron plans to attend Misericordia University to study medical imaging and become a radiologic technologist. Cameron Kramer. Lincoln Waugh. Lincoln is escorted by his parents, Sean and Christy Waugh. After graduation, Lincoln plans to attend Lebanon Valley College for nursing, and he plans to be on the golf team. Lincoln Waugh. This concludes all of our senior recognition for this evening. Let's give all of our seniors a round of applause. And we wish them all the best in their future endeavors. Thank you.
Sunday from 8 until 3. To order online or for pickup, visit our website at www.dollysdinerpa.com. Their number is 570-666-3814. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3, WBLJ returning to the broadcast. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here at Kent Memorial Stadium on the campus of Shamokin Area High School. Shamokin undefeated on the season at 6-0, taking on Williamsport, coming into this game at 4-2. Here's Corey Hauser with Corey's keys to the game.
I think one key to the game for both teams is limit the penalties and limit the turnovers to 0. I think that plays true for Shamokin, also plays true for Williamsport. For Shamokin, I think they just need to come out and play Shamokin football. Run the ball, take what they give you in the passing game. Don't try to hit fancy plays. Don't try to throw the ball deep. Just take it methodically down the field and try to score. For Williamsport, on the opposite side, I think they need some explosive plays. I think they need to get some big plays, get some momentum, get some runs like that, long runs or long passes to be successful in tonight's game.
Fireworks going off. We're under fire right now. And this time they're on the right side of us. Last time I believe they were on the left side. And you can tell that there's definitely a different attitude around town, and not only around town, but in the stadium as well, as we're experiencing the 4th of July kind of late.
Yeah, I mean, they started this whole thing with painting the town purple. Businesses are painting storefronts. There was a young lady down there doing bruisers the other day. I think her name's Diane Bressy. Did a fabulous job painting an Indian head and the Shamokin S on the windows. And there's just an excitement. There's banners and ribbons and all that stuff all over. My wife says to me the other day, do you think we should get some purple lights outside? I said no, because week 10 they'll think we're a player and they'll egg our house when Mount Carmel comes down.
There you go, thinking ahead.
So not that we don't have any spirit. We love Shamokin and we have the spirit, but we just don't want eggs on our house.
But you could always call Best Cleaners to clean them up. A proud sponsor of the Black Diamond Sports Network. Nonetheless, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams have made it onto the field, as well as the smoke haze from all the gunfire going off here at Kent Memorial, as Shamokin is taking on Williamsport here tonight. And Williamsport, again, this is a team. They don't look very big, but again, like you mentioned earlier about the speed situation, because in high school football, if you can run the ball and do it successfully, and you have some burners on the outside, anything can happen.
Well, let's run down their lineup here. They come in tonight. Their quarterback is Elijah Way. He's 5'9", 175 pounds. He completed 51 of 91 passes for 642 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 pick. He ran the ball 32 times for 9 yards, and one of those resulted in a touchdown. His 2 wideouts, Kyrie Bradshaw, he's a senior, 6'1", 155, 23 catches for 328 yards and 4 touchdowns. And the other one is Trey Demonschroeder. He's a sophomore at 5'9", 160. He has 16 grabs for 202 and 2 touchdowns. The running backs, Kyer Wiley. He's a senior, 5'11", 190. He carried the ball 59 times for 391 yards and 4 scores. Giovanni White is the other running back. He's a junior at 6 foot, 170 pounds. He carried the ball 32 times for 232 yards and 1 touchdown. Up front blocking for Elijah Way is Jordan Downey, 6'2", 270. Owen Newcomer, he's 5'10", 235. Dallas Brockway, he's a senior at 6 foot, 215. Isaac Jett is a senior at 5'10", 225. And Brady Neenan is a senior at 5'11", 265. The kicker is Parker Johnson. He is 14 of 16 for point afters, and he's 8 for 8 on field goals with a long of 35. He's also the punter. He has 23 punts for a 35.5-yard average. Shamokin area sends out Logan Steele. He's a sophomore at 5'10", 155. He's 51 of 82 for 865 yards, 13 touchdowns, and only 2 picks. He's run the ball 48 times for 212 yards and 7 scores. Jason Gink, 73 carries for 578 yards and 3 touchdowns. Zakeem Clinton, he's a junior. He's a big boy at 6'1", 225. He's 53 carries for 434 and 5 scores. The number 1 target is Ben Delbo. He's a senior at 6'3", 180 pounds. He has 16 catches for 216 yards and 4 scores. Chase Pencil is the other target. He's a senior at 5'7", 155. He has 18 catches for 432 yards and 5 scores. He rushed the ball 10 times for 66. They like to use him on that jet sweep. Jensen Shuey is the tight end. He's 6'4", 240. He has 10 catches for 258 and 2 touchdowns. And now they're starting to try to get him on one-on-one coverage and splitting him out at that wide receiver and letting him go a little bit of one-on-one. Up front for Shamokin, it's Bryce Chicatano, he's a senior at 6'4", 280. Blake Hockenbrock is a senior at 6'2", 265. Isaac Glover is 6'3", at 350. Chase Anderson is 6'1", at 205. And Ty Kurtz is 5'11", at 240. So a definite size advantage up front for the Indians. Chase Pencil is the kicker. He is 19 of 22 on point after attempts, and he is 2 for 2 on field goals with a long one of 37 yards. Colin Steinhardt did do some kicking during the season. He's 9 of 10 on extra points. Blake Hockenrock is the punter. He has 16 punts on the year for a 32-yard average.
That, ladies and gentlemen, are your starting lineups for both programs here, Williamsport and Shamokin. We do remind you each and every week, GDK Development of Shamokin, the Welsh family has been in business for decades. They thank you for supporting them at the Ellisburg and Sunbury Burger King restaurants. The Welsh family and GDK Development of Shamokin sponsoring the starting lineups. The kickoff by Williamsport sails out of the end zone, so Shamokin will take over on downs. First down and 10 for them. They did, Williamsport won the coin toss and chose, like Selinsgrove last week, to defer. They did, but this time the kicker booted it into the end zone and out of the end zone. So the Indians will take over first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So they're going to give the football to Shamokin to start this game off. And Shamokin has a tendency to score on their opening drive. Showing a slot to that right side now, man in motion from left to right. Give to Gink, and he'll take it close to the 25-yard line, so give him almost 5 yards on that carry. Or check that, was that Steele? Steele on the quarterback keeper off the right side for 5.
Yeah, still, they like to run steal, and they run them outside, and they run them up the middle. That time they showed a little motion with the wing back, and the wing back was Shuey on the play.
Slot to that left side now. They're on that near hash in front of us, moving left to right. The give to Gink off the right side, takes it across the 30, the 35-yard line, up to about the 36-yard line. He'll have the first down.
Yeah, that was very well-designed play. That time, again, they had Shuey as the wing back, pulled him across, and kicked out the end, ran up inside with Gink for about 10 yards. So nice play design. Now they're getting Shuey in that wing position and getting him involved more in the blocking game.
2 consecutive running plays for the Indians. Slot to that left side, ball in the center of the field. Kind of bad snap, picks it up. Steele's going to run now under a lot of pressure. Kicks it to the outside, and he'll take it just out of bounds, just shy of the 40-yard line. So he turns something into nothing.
Yeah, and there you see, if you could see it, if you were here, you'd see Steele's speed there. He outrun 2 Williamsport defenders on the play.
He takes it up to the 39-yard line, picks up 3 on the play when it looked like it could be a problem, setting up a second down and 7 from the 39-yard line of Shamokin. Ball is on that far hash in front of the Williamsport bench. Shamokin is moving in their purple uniforms from left to right toward the scoreboard, showing a slot to that left side now. Spread formation, waiting on the snap. There's the snap. The give to Gink off the right side. He's tripped up at the line of scrimmage before he's taken down at the 42-yard line.
That time they brought the tight end and the wing back over and were kind of like off on balance. They had him outnumbered on that right side, and Gink got tripped up at the line of scrimmage, or he would have broke a big one on that one.
Absolutely, yeah. Very fortunate that they did trip him up because he had some space. Call it a 3rd down and 3 situation. Just getting underway. No score if you're just tuning in. Receiver split wide to the left and right. Spread formation. Gink is on the right side of the quarterback. There's the snap to Steele. Rolling to his right, dumps it off, complete to the 44-yard line. On the reception for the Indians is Chase Pencil. He's going to be a little shy of that first down.
Yeah, he's only going to pick up a yard on the play as he was tackled immediately. And it was just like that sprint stuff out of the backfield. They rolled Steele to the right and hit the guy in the flat, and Williamsport was able to make the tackle immediately.
So the Indians are going for it. A gutsy call here at their own 43-yard line. They've got about, let's call it a long 2, showing split right and left. Steele's going to take the football and front it off to the left side, and he will do, I don't know if he got there.
It's going to depend on the spot, Greg. That is very, very close.
He stretched the field, taking it to the far side off the left side after the snap, but they were in pursuit of him. I don't know if he has it.
They gave it to him.
And indeed, he picks up the football, or the first down rather, by the length of the pigskin. First down and 10, ball on that far side. So the drive continues for Shamokin. Kind of a gutty call there going for it.
And we see times you think, yeah, punt the ball, and try to get field position here. Not Persing. He goes for it.
There's a snap to give to Gink off the right side. And they have him contained pretty well, but he's still able to get across the line of scrimmage and pick up a couple. Shifty running by Gink to turn a loss into a positive gain of, let's say, 2 yards.
Yeah, he was met, deep penetration in the backfield there by one of the Williamsport linemen, and after he got rid of that, then, of course, the pursuit from the west of the Millionaires came, and he was able – they give him 2 yards on the play. I thought he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 8, just getting underway, 8:34 to go. No score here at Kent Memorial. Shamokin breaks the huddle. They're on that near hash, moving from left to right. Man in motion from right to left. And now we've got a flag prior to the snap. I'd like to send a shout out to the Geisinger distribution folks listening to this game on WBLJ. That's going to go against Shamokin. That'll cost him 5. Movement. That'll kick the ball back to the 43-yard line.
So a procedure penalty on Shamokin. And they'll put him at 2nd and long here in this opening drive.
Already have chewed up almost 4 minutes on this opening drive and still in their own territory. Snap, give. Gink off the left side, and he's tripped up in the backfield.
Clinton.
Oh, was that Clinton? Okay.
That was Clinton, and he's going to lose a yard or two on the play. Clinton had one man to beat, and the kid was able to get a shoestring tackle on him. Looked like that was Landon Long.
So they'll lose another yard on that play. If not, check that 2 yards. So setting up a 3rd and 15. So the Indians now going in reverse. They're at their own 41-yard line. They need to get down to the 44-yard line of Williamsport for the first down. 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. If you're just tuning in, no score between Shamokin and Williamsport. Spread formation, moving left to right. Rolling to his right is the quarterback. Steele fires downfield, and it's going to be incomplete, almost intercepted, but incomplete. Intended for Pencil at the 30-yard line.
Pencil stumbled. He stumbled, too, on the play, and Steele still threw it down there. He's lucky it didn't get picked off, but that's going to bring up, obviously, a 4th and 15, and I think Shamokin will punt as Blake Hockenbrock goes out in the field.
Well, you know, on that opening drive, even though they didn't get into Williamsport Millionaire territory, they still chewed up almost half the quarter.
But what did we talk about in the pregame was penalties, and what stopped that drive was a procedure penalty.
Indeed. Hockenbrock waiting on the snap. Good snap. The punt is away. A knuckleball punt that hits the ground at the 25-yard line and takes a Shamokin roll to the 22-yard line. So Williamsport will take over on downs, 1st down and 10, to start their first drive of this game at their own 22-yard line with 7:08 to go. No score on the scoreboard here at Kent Memorial, the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard. Our staff executive on-site producer for tonight's game, Peter Costarelli, now in the box, joining us, making sure that things are copacetic, and they are indeed, and we thank him for his efforts. 1st and 10 at the 22. Williamsport showing that spread formation, slot to that left side now. Receiver split wide right back, dumps it off in the flat at the 20 up to the 25-yard line by a tackle of a host of Indians, but nonetheless they pick up about 3 yards on the reception. For Williamsport was Bradshaw.
Yeah, and just that short passing game, they just ran a little sprint out to the left side this time, Williamsport did, and hooked up with Kyrique Bradshaw for a 3-yard pickup.
Showing trips to the right side, moving from right to left. That's the short side of the field to give. And maybe the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Yeah, there's no.
I don't have a number on it.
Our roster, we don't have a number there. We do apologize on the carry. So we have trips to the left side now. Receiver split wide to the right. It's that spread formation. Long count. There's the snap. Quarterback keeper off the right side, and he's corralled in the backfield for a loss of a couple. Shamokin sniffed that one off and tackles him at the 25-yard line. So it'll set up a 4th down and 7. They had the ball for a minute and they'll have to punt it away.
Yeah, a very good series for Shamokin area defensively as they started out 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line and only picked up 2 yards in 3 plays. So Shamokin area's defense coming out strong here in the opening quarter.
And we got some movement flagged prior to the snap. Fourth down and 8 is the situation. Ball at the 24-yard line. Standing at his own 15 is Parker. There's the snap. The boot is away, almost blocked. High punt. That'll take a Williamsport roll, and it will be down at the Shamokin, looks like the 37.
Good pressure there by Pencil. Almost got a piece of that punt. by Johnson from Williamsport. So good hustle by Pencil. And he's out there. I don't know if he comes off the field, Greg. He's out there on special teams. Obviously, he's out there on offense and defense. So I don't know if he comes off the field much.
He's the Travis Hunter of Shamokin area. They have the ball at the 38-yard line. Spread formation now. The give to Gink off the left side. Gink's across the 40, the 45. He's at midfield now. He's across the 45, down to the 40. It's a foot race down the far side and taken out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line is Gink, picking up a chunk of real estate for the Indians and getting into Williamsport Millionaire territory for the first time tonight at the 5:16 mark of the first quarter. We have no score.
A 38-yard carry by Gink off that left side, and he showed some speed getting to that sidelines. And a great job by Ben Delbo, downfield blocking. He was downfield 30 yards throwing a block, trying to spring Gink on that running play.
Receiver split wide left and right now. Spread formation again. This time Clinton give to him the 1-2 punch. He'll take it down to the 15-yard line. So Shamokin knocking on the door. We do remind you, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the red zone. The red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you to score big on savings. Receiver slid wide left and right. Quarterback keeper, nothing fancy. Right up the middle is Steele. He takes it across the 10. Just shy of the 5-yard line. Let's call it the 6-yard line for Shamokin. First and goal for the Indians at the 6-yard line of the Williamsport Millionaires. No score, first quarter action, Kemp Memorial Stadium. My name is Greg Maresca, joined by Corey Hauser. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast. Shamokin undefeated on the season at 6-0. Williamsport at 4-2. First down and goal at the 6. Slot to that left side now. Man in motion from right to left. There's the snap. The gift to Clinton right up the middle, untouched. Touchdown Shamokin. In for the 6-yard touchdown run is Clinton. And Shamokin goes up on Williamsport by the score of 6-0. And there goes the cannon. The cannon on the left of us. The fireworks were on the right of us. Chase Pencil coming out with the block, and he will attempt the point after touchdown for Shamokin. Waiting on the snap now. There's the snap, the place. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. The score here, Shamokin 7, Williamsport nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Irish Isle Provision Company, 911 West Arch Street, Cole Township, specializes in USDA choice prime cuts of beef, chicken, pork, and veal. Imported deli meats and cheeses along with brand name cold cuts are available. Family pack specials as well. Phone and orders are accepted at 570-648-6893. So for football season, score big with pretty petals and gifts by Susan. If you're planning to ask that special someone to the homecoming dance, their beautiful flowers are the perfect way to say, will you be my date? Give us a call at 570-509-2072 or stop in Route 487 in Pax Sinus for pretty petals and gifts by Susan. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. Pencil kicks it off, fielded at the 1, across the 10, and taken down at about the 12-yard line. Good coverage by the special teams unit of Shamokin area. Takes it up to about, the 12, right?
Yeah, great special teams play by Ryan Bickert down there, hustling down. He's part of that super sophomore class, as we'll refer to quite a bit during this game.
First down and 10 for the Millionaires. Their second time on offense. The first time resulted in a 3 and out. We are at the 3:47 mark in the first quarter. Shamokin leading Williamsport 7-0. Trips to that left side now. Williamsport moving away from the scoreboard. There's the snap. Quarterback rolling to his left. Fires in traffic, complete down to the 19-yard line. On the reception for Williamsport was Damstroder. Trey Damstroder. However, there is a flag down. And the officials marking it off against Shamokin.
I think it's going to be a late hit. Price made a great play there and had the tackle sealed up, and then I saw two purple jerseys go over top of him. So I think they're going to call a late hit and add 15 onto that.
So that has the ball now at the 35-yard line. First down and 10 for Williamsport. Trips to that right side. Receiver split wide to the left. The give is to the outback, and he'll take it across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. So give him 2 on that effort. You're just tuning in. 7-0 Shamokin over Williamsport with 3:05 to go in the first quarter. Williamsport has the football in a 2nd and 8. Trips to that right side now. Receiver split wide to the left. Spread formation. Shotgun, waiting on the snap as the quarterback. Now back. Big rush now, and they're setting up a nice screen. And he caught it. Was he inbounds? Yes, he was at the 40-yard line. So it's a gain of about 2. They had that screen set up nicely, but once the ball was caught, it wasn't really executed.
Right. I think he was under so much pressure, though. He was backpedaling so much, he couldn't get enough mustard to get the ball there and kind of lobbed it a little bit. And by that time, Shamokin sniffed it out.
Spread formation now. Way is the quarterback. Fires again. Right in front of us on the near side, and they're ruling it a completion at the 46-yard line. That will be another Williamsport first down at their own 46. Elijah Way is the quarterback at 6 foot 200 pounds for the Millionaires. Trips to that left side now. That's the short side of the field. Receiver split wide to the right. Way waiting on the snap, the give, and maybe a couple. Branchoder again on the carry for Williamsport for a couple. He'll take the ball up to the 48-yard line. Williamsport only giving up 16 points on the season. However, they gave up 52 last week, which didn't do well for the averages. Showing a trips to that right side of the field. That's the far side. Snap, back to pass now. Ray rolling to his right, fires downfield, and incomplete. Third down and 8 for the Millionaires at their own 48-yard line. Ball's on that near hash in front of us, moving away from the scoreboard. In other words, they're moving from right to left. They're in the white jerseys, red numerals, and black pants. Shamokin all purple except for the helmets and the numerals. Williamsport breaks the huddle once again, showing that trips formation on that far side of the field. Receiver split wide to the left side. Snap, back to pass is Way, looking, under pressure. He's going to tuck it under and run, and he'll be dropped in Shamokin territory at the 48, but not enough for a Williamsport first down.
Wow, and he was clobbered there by Liam Montgomery from his linebacker position. I don't know how many more hits like that Way can take in this game.
He was planted at the 48 like a mum. So Williamsport, Parker will punt it away, his second of the evening, waiting on the snap now. Long count. Good snap. Punt is away, a high end over end punt that hits down. He picks it up at the, and did he fumble it? No, he has possession.
Yeah.
But Pencil tried to pick it up and then run with it at the 5-yard line.
That was Steele.
Was it Steele?
Yeah, Steele tried to pick it up. The ball bounced at about the 10-yard line, as Greg alluded to, and it took a quick bounce, and Steele fielded it. And as he was trying to get to the outside, slipped on the 5 and went down. So it'll be 1st and 10. Indians pinned deep in their own territory here.
I would feel more comfortable as special teams coach if they caught the football and called for a fair catch.
That was a very nice punt. Very, very nice altitude on that punt. It was a high one. He could have got under it, and fair caught it right at the 10 and saved himself 5 yards.
The ball's on that far hash in front of the Shamokin bench. They're moving from left to right toward the scoreboard. If you're familiar with Kent Memorial, they're showing a slot to the left side. That's the short side of the field. And somebody moved for Williamsport, and that'll cost them 5.
Yeah, good hard count by Steele on that, and that's going to get him out to about the 10-yard line just via the penalty on the encroachment by the defense.
So that'll make it 1st and 5 now from the 10. We have 1:12 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Shamokin over Williamsport. Snap looking in the flat, high, and just sails incomplete.
And they tried to get Shuey out there one-on-one. Shuey's a big target at 6'4", 240 pounds. They had him matched up on a corner for Williamsport that's 6'1", and they don't have his weight listed, but he looks much smaller, obviously, than Shuey. And we've seen him do that the last couple of weeks, is try to get Shuey one-on-one split out there and let his size take over. He scored at Jersey Shore like that on the sidelines about 15 yards out.
Ball's on that far hash in front of the Williamsport bench. Receivers a slot formation, man in motion from left to right. They give to, I believe that's Gink. He'll take it to about the 15. But not enough for a first down as we're under a minute to go in this first quarter.
Very rapidly moving first quarter here tonight, Greg. Shamokin leads this one 7-0, and we're approaching under 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
3rd down, they'll call it 1. This should be the final play of the first quarter. Slot to that left side, short side of the field. Fires on the slant, incomplete. Incomplete, that'll stop the clock. Shows you what I know at 25.6, so there will be yet another play.
Brings up a 4th and short here. I still see Steele hanging out on those sidelines there. I can't imagine
they would go for it here, right?
But they would go for it. Maybe come out here and try to get him with a hard count and try to pick up the first down that way. But, I mean, to give Williamsport a short field like that, look,
wow.
They're lining up for the tush push.
They're going for it, baby.
For the purple push here.
Here we go. Oh, they got it.
Easily.
They got it.
They're going to pick up 2 or 3 on the play.
That is a gutsy call here in the first quarter. Going for it again. They went for it at the 43, and they went for it this time way deeper in their own territory, and they made it both times.
I don't know. Mark's going to have to start doing side jobs for these gambling, this MGM bets and all this gambling stuff, because he's the gambler. He's the Riverboat Ron of high school football, especially here in the coal region.
That concludes the first quarter of play, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. The score here, Shamokin 7, Williamsport nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds. LTS Plumbing and Heating, Route 61 Pack Sinus would like to help you with the high cost of your home energy bills. Let the experts at LTS Plumbing and Heating install the system that's right for your home or business. LTS Plumbing and Heating, give them a call for a free estimate. Give them a call today at 570-648-0748 and tell them the Black Diamond Crew sent you. The name says it all. More Than Hair Designs is your full-service salon. More Than Hair Designs is your salon of choice for haircut, color, perm, manicure, pedicure, nails, lash extensions, facial, or just a plain massage. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 till 8, Friday from 9 to 5, Saturday from 9 to 2. Appointments with Shannon or Rachel are available. Their number is 570-648-6482. That's more than hair. 570-648-6482. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. Greg Maresca along with Corey Hauser on the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard. It is 7-0 Shamokin, and Shamokin gambling, going for it deep in their own territory. They pick up the first down and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They're on that near hash. Now, since they changed fields because of the quarter exchange, Shamokin is moving away from the scoreboard now. The Jets sweep off the right side. Take it across the 20 up to the 25, if not the 26. Who had that carry?
That was Chase Pencil on that jet sweep action. They ran it to the left. He did have some penetration in the backfield, but was able to break that tackle and pick up 8 on the play.
That's the difference between this year and years past, was you didn't have that.
Right.
When you had that penetration, usually it was a tackle for a loss, but this time Pencil was able to elude the tacklers and pick up something and pick up decent yardage to make it 7 yards.
And I think those advantages were gained in the offseason in the weight room. These kids really showed progress in that weight room, and the strength is, you see it here.
Wide open, caught at the 45. It's a foot race to the end zone, and he'll take him down just shy outside inside the 20, down to the 18.
55.
Shuey on the reception, and it was just a foot race, and they were able to catch him from behind nonetheless, though, but he takes it down to they mark it at the 19-yard line. So they went for it at fourth down at their own 19, and now they're at the 19 of Williamsport, knocking on the door once again. And we do remind you, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the red zone. This red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you to score big on savings. There's the snap, inside handoff, off the right side, cuts it back to the left side now, right up the side, and goes in for the score. It's a 19-yard touchdown. Is that Pencil?
That was Pencil.
Okay, and there's the cannon. But he took the handoff, looked like he was going to turn it to the outside, but then cut it back inside, and then cut it again back to the outside and took it in for the touchdown. For the 19-yard touchdown scamper by Pencil, Shamokin now goes up by the score of 12-0 over Williamsport.
It was just that same jet action sweep. That time he cut it back inside and then back outside and then back inside again. I sound a little bit like John Madden on that one. He go inside and he went outside so he get inside to outside and took it in for 19 yards and put 6 on the board. The point after was good by Pencil. He's doing it all tonight.
The score here is 14-0 in favor of Shamokin, and we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, in 30 seconds. 30-second timeout. Where can you get good neighbor service? Surprisingly great insurance rates at State Farm, because State Farm agent Darla Fozzie is your one-stop shop in Cole Township for service you deserve at the price that you want. State Farm agent Darla Fozzie is ready to help. 570-648-0809 for surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. Shamokin now kicking off, and that is Pencil. End over end kick fielded at the 8-yard line, across the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. He's got a seam down the far sideline across the 50 for being driven out of bounds. Great return, Williamsport. They're playing with half a field, and they need to get something on the board as they trail by 2 scores here in the second quarter at 10:27 to go in this first half. It is 14-0 Shamokin, but Williamsport has the football. 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, huge return by Williamsport on that play, getting them out close to midfield, as Greg alluded to. And it almost feels like, I know it's still in the first half, and we're only 2 minutes into the second quarter, but it feels like Williamsport's got to show something here.
Down by 2 scores. They lost last week, losing to Jersey Shore 52-13. I formation now, and flag prior to the snap. Somebody move.
I don't know if 79 moved for Williamsport. They're going to blame it on Shamokin here that they caused him to move.
So that'll make a walk off 5 yards and put the football in Shamokin territory at the 46-yard line of the Indians, who lead this football game by the score of 14-0, showing a slot to the right side. The ball's on that far hash. I formation, the give to the tailback, and he takes it just shy, well, up to about the 42-yard line. So close to a first down, he needs to get to the 41. 2nd down and 1 for the Millionaires. They need to put something on the board here to get back in this football game. They trail 14-0 to Shamokin. Ball's on that far hash. Slot to that left side. That's the short side of the field. I formation. Wayne is the quarterback. He's under center. The give to the tailback, trying to find something off the right side, and he finds the line of scrimmage. He will not get the first down.
Well, he tried to run it, tried to get something on the edge there for Shamokin, but their corners, Bickert and Chase Pencil, those guys come up hard and fill on those edges. So Wiley couldn't get the edge and get the corner turned.
3rd down and 1 now. We saw a 2nd and 1, now a 3rd and 1. 9:10 to go. 14-0 Shamokin. Slot right side. Receiver split wide to the right. They're in that pistol formation now. Snap, give. Off the left side. He's got a seam right up the middle. Across the 20, the 10, the 5, and take it down inside the 5. That's when you saw Shamokin's speed was able to, from behind, wrap him up inside the 5. Looked like a short touchdown once he got in the secondary, but it was not to be, thanks to the speed of the Shamokin backers.
Yeah, we don't know the name of 45, but he showed a big burst there as he got through, and he put a move on the Shamokin linebacker and just sidestepped him and left him standing in his shoes there.
1st down and goal at the 5 for Williamsport. They're knocking on the door, showing a trip formation to that right side. Receiver split wide to the left. Quarterback Ray rolling to his right, looking. He's going to tuck it under and run, and he's in for the touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run by the Williamsport quarterback, and that's Elijah Way. Gets Williamsport back in this football game and on the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard. We do remind you that red zone drive was sponsored by Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you to score big on savings. Doing the place-kicking duties for Williamsport is Parker Johnson. Waiting on the snap, the place, the kick is up, and it's blocked! The kick is blocked. Was that Hockenbrough? Who had that?
I couldn't see. It was somebody in the middle of that line.
I thought it was Hockenbrock, 52. Nonetheless, it was blocked. The PAT is no good, leaving the score here at Kemp Memorial Stadium with 8:29 to go. In this first half, it is Shamokin 14 and Williamsport 6, and that is a big play.
That's huge, Greg. And it was huge for Williamsport, and we talked about it. Big plays, big, whether they're runs or passes, is what Williamsport needs to compete in this game. And they got a big explosive play by number 45, ran it down there 40-plus yards to set him up, and then Way was able to take it in on his own on the very next snap. So they're right back in this ball game.
Absolutely.
But they're always going to be chasing that point.
That point, absolutely. Yeah, that's a 2-point conversion perhaps down the line. and something you really don't want, but nonetheless, the result of the block. It's part of the game. Parker Johnson will be kicking off to Shamokin. Williamsport will be moving on the coverage from left to right. Ball's teed up at the 40. The kick is away, a high end-over-end kick that just goes right into the end zone. He is the best place kicker that I've seen kick off this season.
There's no question. He's putting it in the end zone, and it's in the end zone by 7-8 yards.
Yes.
It's not anywhere near the goal line. It's deep in there. But, Greg, we talked about this as in the keys to the game, penalties and turnovers. Tonight, Shamokin has 2 procedure penalties. One stopped their drive, and the other one kept a drive alive for Williamsport after that big return from special teams, and then kept that drive alive, and they got the big running play off of it. So, penalties, got to limit them.
Comes down to that discipline, attention to detail. Shamokin breaks the huddle now. They're at the 20-yard line. Receiver split wide left and right. Back to pass now. Fires downfield. Intercepted at the 35. Down to the 20. The 10 out of bounds. Wow, has this game changed momentum in a matter of just a couple minutes here? Williamsport picks off the pass and takes it down to the 12-yard line of Shamokin, and they're knocking on the door once again.
Steele was trying to hit, I believe it was pencil on a deep out, and he was open, and he just, for some reason, threw it way over his head. The corner was sitting back there. Instead of playing up on pencil, was just sitting back there in what we would call right field and just caught the ball.
Now there was on that return an illegal block, so that'll take the ball back from the 12, from the spot. They mark it at the 36-yard line, but nonetheless, Williamsport has the football, first down and 10 at the Shamokin 36-yard line, and they're looking to try to maybe perhaps tie this game up. Again, like, Corey mentioned, there's a penalty this time against Williamsport that sets them back, so let's see if it affects them. Showing trips to that left side, under center. No, not under center now. It's the quarterback from the shotgun back. Looking. Fires downfield, the heave. Oh, he's got a guy. Incomplete. Overshoots his intended receiver on that far side, setting up a 2nd down and 10.
He tried to get it out there to Kyrique Bradshaw, and he was open. He had a step on Ryland Price in that secondary, and he was just overthrowing him. He just led him a little too far. But going for it, I love that. Big turnover, momentum swing.
Right, sure.
Throw it deep on the first play of the game. What do you got to lose?
2nd down and 10 is the situation. Ball at the 36-yard line. 8:11 to go on the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard. It's Shamokin 14 and Williamsport 6. And we've got a timeout on the field. Williamsport's going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Old City Bagel, 601 Mill Street, Danville, is open Wednesday through Sunday, 6:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. Old City Bagel has gift baskets and gift cards available, along with a rotating variety of baked goods. Old City Bagel, if you're planning an upcoming meeting or event, call them for catering options at 570-271-9577. Old City Bagel, 608 Mill Street, downtown Danville. Looking to purchase some new Tiger wear? Stop in and see Pretty Petals in Paxinas. Their shop and their extensive line of youth and adult SCA apparel. They carry sizes ranging from newborn to 4XL. Pretty Petals also carries multiple designs and styles. Pretty Petals is more than just a flower shop. You find them at Route 487 in Paxinas. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. 2nd down and 10. There's the snap. The give off the left side, trying to turn the corner. He does. He's across the 30, the 25, and finally corralled down just shy of the 20-yard line, and will indeed pick up the Williamsport first down.
Yeah, it was Kyer Whaley on the carry. Picks up 15, and they're just outside the red zone, Williamsport.
Corey Hauser, we have a football game here. When Shamokin went up 14-0, it looked like it may get out of hand, but it has not. They're on that near hash, moving toward the scoreboard from left to right. Trips to that left side now. Shotgun spread formation. Quarterback in the shotgun, back looking right side. Heave-ho for the end zone, and the ball's out of bounds, incomplete. Even if he caught the football, I believe his momentum would have taken him out of bounds incomplete.
Yeah, Way trying to hit Tevon Williams on an out and up, and he just threw it out of bounds. As he was well covered back there by Bicker.
That'll stop the clock with 7:37 to go. 2nd down and 10 for Williamsport, trailing in this football game 14-6 against Shamokin. They break the huddle. They're showing trips to that right side of the formation, moving from left to right. Also a receiver split wide to the left. Shotgun snap, looking, left side, complete at the 15 and taken out of bounds. Way's pass complete to Malin Lee, number 8. And they gain, well, let's call it, they're facing a 3rd and let's call it 2 at the 20, well, no, not at the 21, but at the 13. At the 13-yard line of Shamokin. Receiver split wide to the right side now. Slot to that left side, back. Ray looking under a lot of pressure now, dumps it off, out of bounds. That's going to be incomplete. He caught the football, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. But boy, they are knocking on the door here. We do remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you to score big on savings. Ball's on that far hash in front of the Williamsport Millionaire bench. They're moving from left to right, facing a 4th down and 2. Snap, give, trying to find something off the right side, and no! Maybe to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Shamokin puts up a stand here and holds him. Do you think you would have went for the field goal, Coach?
I probably would have. We talked about it. He's 8 of 8 with a long of 35. The ball's on the 13-yard line, goes 7 back, 21, 31-yard field goal. It's right in his range. I probably would have took the 3 points and gave the ball back to Shamokin.
But no, they go for it. Shamokin's defense holds. 1st down and 10 for the Indians at their own 13-yard line. They're moving away from the scoreboard from right to left. Steal the quarterback. Now we've got a flag. Again, boy, how many have we seen in this game where we haven't even snapped the football?
That's at least 3 in this first half of football in Shamokin, and they do them at the worst times. Now they're back on the 10-yard line. Last time it moved them back inside the 5-yard line in the first quarter.
So that'll move them back to the 8-yard line. 1st and 15 from the 8. There's the snap. They give off the left side. He's got a seam right across the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 43-yard line. And they always come up with a play like that after the penalty. They mark it at the 42, but nonetheless, Shamokin will pick up the 1st down and 10 at their own 42-yard line, giving themselves plenty of breathing room, something they desperately needed.
Just your typical, we'll have the ball back deep in our own territory on the 8-yard line. Let's give it to Gink. Let's see what happens. 35 yards later, we're out on the 42-yard line. So Shamokin got a lot of weapons, Greg.
Receiver split wide, left and right. Now in motion is Pencil from left to right. There's the snap. Quarterback keeper. I think that was a busted play. He's going to try something off the right side. And Steele will take it up to the 44, if not 45-yard line. So again, turning something that looked like it wasn't going to turn into anything, but he got something out of it.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a draw or a busted play
at
the beginning. Yeah, I'm thinking, is it a draw? Because he kind of just stood there with the ball, waiting to see where the seam was going to be.
Now they mark the football at the 43-yard line, so it's technically a gain of 1 yard, but nonetheless a gain. Second down and 9, ball at the 43-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the game, or rather in the first half. 14-6. Shamokin, receiver moving from left to right. Bad snap all the way back to the 30, and Steele gets on it. And they will mark the ball at the 27-yard line, but an errant snap pushes the ball all the way back to the 27.
Now I noticed Williamsport, they're selling out to stop that run. They brought the free safety down in the box. They're playing one-on-one with no help in that secondary, and I like my chances with Ben Delbo out there at 6'3".
Third down on the country mile. They need to get to the 48-yard line of Williamsport. They're at the 28-yard line of Shamokin.
Look, again, there's no free safety there. They're playing man-on-man.
Steele's going to take it. He's got a seam off the right side across the 40, the 45, the 50. He gets up to the first down and tackled out of bounds, and I don't know if that's not a flag in front of the Williamsport bench like that. They were still pursuing him, looked like out of bounds, but nonetheless, he does pick up the first down and then some.
Yeah, give him 27 on that carry. As Shamokin really racking up the rushing yardage in this first half. That's 6 carries for 49 for him, and Gink has 6 carries for 81, as they're the 2 leading rushers on the Shamokin area team and the game.
First down and 10, ball at the 45-yard line now of Williamsport. There's the snap, the give to Clinton off the left side. They're stringing it out well, and he'll gain maybe a couple. Nicely strung out by Williamsport to limit Clinton to a gain of 2. Second down and 8 is the situation. Ball is on that near hash in front of us. They're moving away from the scoreboard from right to left.
With all these skill players that Shamokin has, it puts that defense under pressure. They got to choose. Are we going to try to stop the run and take our chances with the passing, or are we going to stop the passing and see if we can stop the run with just the normal 7 or 8 in the box? And they're bringing 9 down in that box and playing man-free in that secondary. I look for Shamokin to make a big pass play here shortly.
Give to Gink off the right side, and he will take it just shy of the 40-yard line. Let's call it the 41, if not 42, perhaps. They mark it at the 42-yard line. Down to the 4-minute mark here in the first half. Shamokin leading Williamsport 14-6.
Yeah, you have to think with Riverboat Ron down there coaching these Indians. They're on the 42-yard line. We're in 4-down territory, right? We're on the other side of midfield.
That's the way they've been playing it thus far. Third down, let's call it 7. There's a snap rolling to his left, firing, and incomplete. Overshoots his intended receiver. And that was on the play. That was Ryland Price. Incomplete, 4th down. But like you said, Corey, I guess they're going to punt.
Hockenbrock's going to punt it. So maybe that touchdown that Williamsport put on the board settled him down a little bit, and he doesn't want to take as many chances as he was there in that first half. First quarter, I'm sorry.
Hockenbrock standing at his own 45-yard line. There's the snap, a good snap, not much of a rush. Punt is away from the punter. Hits down to the 15, he picks it up. He's across the 20, the 25, the 30, down to the 35-yard line. Nice return by Williamsport. A Shamokin Duke off that far side takes it up to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 to Millionaires.
So a 30-yard punt gets you a net of 7 yards. You know what I mean? So you didn't flip the field with it.
Maybe you should have went for it.
Maybe you should have.
Maybe next time he will.
I thought on that last pass play, I thought he'd take a shot at Delbo. Delbo's 6'3" on a smaller cornerback there, but he elected to try to go underneath the Ryland Price.
Trips to that right side of the field. Snap. Give off the left side across the 40, the 45. Midfield now into Shamokin territory and taken out of bounds just shy of the 45-yard line. Let's call it the 46. 1st and 10, Williamsport. Just when you thought you had him corralled in the backfield,
yeah,
Perry just took off for a nice gain and a 1st down for the Williamsport Millionaires.
Yeah, a missed tackle there in the backfield. I couldn't see who it was for Shamokin, but they come back, they pile up, they come back to haunt you.
Trips again to that right side of the field. There's the snap. The quarterback keeper right up the middle, maybe a couple.
That was Blake Hockenbrock. He wasn't fooled by the quarterback fake draw there. He got a paw on the quarterback and held him to a yard on the play.
3rd down and 9. We're under 3 minutes to go here in this first half at Kent Memorial. Shamokin leading Williamsport 14-6. Williamsport has the football. Looking at a 2nd down, let's call it 9. Trips to that right side now. Spread formation. Way is the quarterback waiting on the snap. There's the snap, back to pass. Rolling to his right, looking. Going to tuck it under and run now. He's across the 40, still on his feet. What happened with that? He wasn't down, they blew the whistle.
Took a big
lick.
Big shot there by Caden Parker and kind of stymied him, but he didn't go down. He could have still ran the football, and the refs blew the whistle.
Kind of an odd situation there. He was not down, but they blew the whistle. They blew it at the 40-yard line. So they're looking at now, the situation is a 3rd down, and let's call it perhaps 4. 3rd and 4 from just shy of the 40. Up. Williamsport's going to take their 2nd timeout. We will take one as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the score here from Kent Memorial, 14-6. Shamokin over Williamsport. We'll be back in 30 seconds. For an incredible lunch or dinner, a quick bite, amazing appetizers, or an adult beverage, Heritage Restaurant and Pub is the best value in the region for taste, selection, and service, as well as atmosphere. Take a step back in time and relax in the beautiful, historic, and nostalgic dining room and be served by their incredible wait staff. Heritage Restaurant and Pub, Market and Art Streets in Shamokin. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3, WBLJ, the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard, 14-6, Shamokin. 3rd down, let's call it 4 for the Williamsport Millionaires, who have 1 timeout remaining in this first half. The ball is at the 40-yard line of Shamokin. They trail, Williamsport trails Shamokin 14-6. Trips to that left side, receiver split wide right. Back looking, fires, the ball's tipped. Incomplete.
That was Hockenbrock. Hockenbrock got his paws up there from his down tackle position, and got a meat hook on that one.
Yeah, you don't see that too often in high school football with guys putting up their hands in the air, and he was able to get a piece of that football, and it paid off.
Especially, down linemen. They're trying to bull rush or swim that tackle across from him, and that time Hockenbrock couldn't get pressure on the quarterback, but was smart enough to get his hands up in the air and get a piece of the football.
Parker Johnson will be punting for Williamsport, standing at his own 45-yard line, waiting on the snap. Pencil is back deep for Shamokin, long count. The punt is away, a knuckler. Calling for a fair catch at the 10-yard line, or 11. All right.
First fair catch of the season, I believe.
I believe so. They heard us from up here. 1st down and 10 for Shamokin.
Week 7, we finally got through to him, right?
Good call on that, because it was one of those knuckled punts that you can just see going, taking off and probably being downed at about the 1-yard line.
As far as special teams goes, Williamsport's blowing us away here. They great punts. They kicked the ball in the end zone, and they had some great returns on kickoff. So Williamsport light years ahead of Shamokin in the special teams department.
1st down and 10 at the 10 for the Indians. The ball's on that near hash. They're moving away from the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard with the lead as well, 14-6. Showing a slot to that left side. Receiver split wide to the right. Man in motion now, going wide right. Give to Gink. He's got a hole. He's across the 15, the 20, and just shy of the 25-yard line. He'll pick up the 1st down for Shamokin.
So 14 on that carry by Gink. He's rattling off some big chunks of yardage here in this 2nd quarter.
Shamokin quick to the line of scrimmage now, showing a slot to that right side. Ball's on that near hash. There's the snap. Again, the give to Gink. Trying to find the outside off the left side. He's across the 30 and taken down hard at about the 32-yard line. But Shamokin has all 3 timeouts remaining.
Right, and so they can afford to run the ball here a little bit as long as they're having success with Gink. Here they're going to burn a timeout with 1:25 to go here before half.
We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Well, you know, Shimok's Furniture World is gearing up for sales, big sales at that. 121 East 5th Street in Mount Carmel for 3 floors of beautiful furniture. Pick out your game day recliner starting at just $299. Shimok's has been selling happiness since 1915. They offer 12 months, no interest financing, free delivery, setup, and removal of old items. Shimok's Furniture World, 121 East 5th Street in Mount Carmel. Over 100 years of selling happiness. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. The Manny Chiropractic scoreboard showing this 14-6 Shamokin. 2nd down and 4 for the Indians at their own 31-yard line. We've got 2 timeouts remaining.
They got Delbo in one-on-one coverage at the top up there.
They're going to try the jet sweep off the right side. And finally stopped about the 35-yard line. Ran a long way to pick up.
I think he's going to have enough for the
first down,
right?
Yes.
So that should stop the clock. So give Chase 4 on that carry.
Ball's on that far hash down in front of the Williamsport bench. Give to Clinton now. He slices and dices, and he'll take it up to the 37-yard line. So a gain of 2. We're under 1 minute to go in this first half. Timeout Shamokin. We'll keep it right here.
At some point, Greg, they got to take a shot. They're playing man with no free safety back there. So it's just one-on-one, my athlete against your athlete, and see who wins. And I like my chances. With Ben Delbo, he's 6'3", or even Pencil, who's a burner on the other side. You know, they tried it earlier down there with Jensen Shuey, but it was well overthrown, and it didn't work out. But if you can protect it, I'd like to see Ben Delbo get a shot here.
Shamokin still has a timeout remaining on the board. So does Williamsport. We're at 55.6 seconds in this first half. Shamokin leading 14-6. They went up 14-0. Williamsport scored and then could have scored again. They were shut down at about the 12-yard line, knocking on the door at Shamokin. Shamokin held as Williamsport went for it rather than going for the field goal, and that thus our score 14-6. Shamokin now showing double tight end, man in motion now from right to left. Snap. Throws downfield. Has a man beat. Caught. Touchdown. Unbelievable. Had the coverage beat. They were tight at the line of scrimmage. It was one-on-one coverage of Pencil down the near side. Touchdown Shamokin. And let's call that touchdown 60 yards.
63.
63? Okay, 63. 63 yards for the touchdown in the final minute of this first half to put an exclamation on this first half. 20-6 Shamokin. But you saw it develop there. He had that one-on-one, and Pencil beat the coverage, and he just laid it out.
You had to take a shot, right, either with Pencil or Delbo. Delbo had the height advantage. Pencil has the speed advantage.
The kick is up, and the kick is Steinhardt with the PAT. So Steinhardt in with the point after touchdown. I guess he was a little tired after running, the foot race down 63 yards. Shamokin now goes up by the score of 21-6. We'll keep it right here. We do remind you, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, nothing fancy on the play. Just run Pencil, your quickest guy out there, and let him get behind the coverage. And that's all they did. They're one-on-one. There's no free safety, no help, so it's mano-y-mano out there on the corner. This time the speed prevailed, and Shamokin scored.
Steinhardt will be teeing the football up at the 40-yard line for Shamokin, who has taken now a 21-6 lead over Williamsport. Williamsport their last 2 games. They started the season 4-0 and just dropped the last 2. Looking to break that streak here at Kemp Memorial. Steinhardt ready to go, waiting on the whistle. There it is. A knuckleballer down at the 15, fielded at the 15, the 15, the 15, and about the 17. Good coverage by the special teams of Shamokin, limiting the return for Williamsport to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Trayvon Williams picked up that ball, and there's just nowhere to go. Shamokin's coverage was spot on that time as they just corralled them for a 2-yard return.
40 seconds left here in the first half. Williamsport does have a timeout. They trail 21-6. We remind you, next week, Lewisburg comes into Kemp Memorial here. They conceivably could be undefeated.
Right. I think they have a big lead. I heard our executive to the executive producer over there. I think they have a big lead over Midwest.
41-0, Kenneth Truman Say on our scoreboard. The give off the right side across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Official timeout as a player is down for Shamokin. With that, we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, in 30 seconds. You ever think of becoming a PIAA official? You'll make a difference in the lives of students everywhere. Encourage exercise through competition. Establish the lifelong fundamentals of fairness. Make new friends. Stay involved. Stay in shape. And earn extra cash. How? Become a PIAA official. Application fees are waived for students. Applicants must be 16 years or older. Go to PIAA.org for more information. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. When we break for the half, we'll come back with Corey. He'll run down the stats and the scoring. And then Kenneth Truman Say will run down scores from around the region. Our junior staff executive on-site producer of scores.
That was Hockenbrock shaked up on the play. He ran off the field, though. I think he's going to be okay.
Williamsport breaks the huddle. They're under 15 to go now. Slot to that right side. Give off the left side, and that will conclude, ladies and gentlemen, the first half of play here from Kemp Memorial. The score, Shamokin 21, Williamsport 6. We'll be back right after this full timeout. Concerned about not having what it takes to find a living wage job locally? An associate's or certificate could provide you with that necessary training. A new community college in the Susquehanna Valley means that you won't have to travel to Nanticoke, Scranton, or Harrisburg. Susquehanna Valley Community Education Project proudly supports Danville, Mount Carmel, Shamokin area, and Southern as well. Good luck to all area teams from Susquehanna Valley Community Education Project. Well, do remind you each and every week, ladies and gentlemen, our stats are brought to you by the fine folks at GDK Development of Shamokin. They're a proud supporter of all local and youth sports. The Welsh family has been in business for decades. They thank you for their supporting them at their Ellisburg and Sunbury Burger King restaurants. The Welsh family and GDK Development are proud sponsor of the Black Diamond Sports Network. You know, Penn's Tavern is a historical waterfront restaurant located along the beautiful Susquehanna River on Route 147 just south of Sunbury in Fisher's Ferry. For reservations, 570-286-2007. Let's get ready to rumble with the best sports coverage in the region, the Weekender of the news item. For local news and sports coverage, it's the weekend edition called the Weekender by the news item. Visit www.newsitem.com for details. Better yet, subscribe today to the news item. Well, you know, looking to transform your home, sweet home, look no further than Abundant Services, your trusted general contractor and HVAC company. Abundant Services got you covered. Their number is 570-259-6141, Abundant Services. Klasik and Associates, 101 West Independence Street, Shamokin, is a full-service certified public accounting firm. At Klasik and Associates, their overall team player approach ensures that their success is directly related to the success of their clients. Contact the Shamokin office simply by calling 570-648-6386. Well, you know, life is full of surprises. That's where Myers and Lynch Insurance comes in. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, they have everything. They have you covered. Don't handle the paperwork so you can focus on getting back on track. MyersandLynch.com is their address on the internet. Their phone number is 570-644-0371. Myers and Lynch Insurance. Academy Sports Center, your area headquarters for customized apparel for all sports. They feature a complete selection of t-shirts, sweats, hots, and hoodies, and other school logo items. If you need trophies or plaques, they're made on-site to fit your needs. They're at 18 South Oak Street in Mount Carmel. Give them a call at Academy Sports at 570-339-3399. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. Welcome back to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Maresca joined by Corey Hauser. The score on the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard here at Kent Memorial. It is Shamokin 21 and Williamsport 6. Running down the first half statistics is the coach himself, Corey Hauser.
The quarterback for Williamsport area, Elijah Way, completed 5 of 10 passes for 27 yards. He rushed the ball 5 times for 11 yards, and one of those rushes resulted in a touchdown. Kyir Whaley has 7 carries for 45 yards. Kyreek Bradshaw has 2 catches for 36 yards. Trey Damschroeder has 1 catch for 6 yards. Tevin Williams has 2 catches for 14 yards. And number 45, who we don't know what his name is, has 3 carries for 41 yards. For Shamokin area, they Logan Steele completed 3 of 8 for 126 yards. He rushed the ball 6 times for 49 yards. He has thrown 1 touchdown pass and 1 interception. Jace Gink has 9 carries for 103 yards in that first half. Zakeem Clinton has 5 carries for 21 yards. Chase Pencil has 1 reception for 1 yard, but he has 4 carries for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zakeem Clinton also has a touchdown under his belt. The scoring went like this. Shamokin got on the board in the first quarter at the 3:53 mark with a 6-yard touchdown run by Zakeem Clinton. Pencil's point after was good. They led 7-0. Then in the second quarter at the 10:35 mark, Shamokin scored again with a 19-yard touchdown run, this time by Chase Pencil, and he kicked the extra point and made it 14-0. Williamsport got on the scoreboard for the first time in that quarter also at the 8:29 mark on a 5-yard touchdown run by Elijah Way. Their point after was blocked. Shamokin still led 14-6. And then with 45 seconds to go before the half, a 63-yard bomb from Steele to Pencil, who just outran everybody on the play. This time they bring the backup kicker in, Steinhardt, who on the season is 9 of 10 on point after attempts. Now he's 10 of 11 on point after attempts, as it was good. And Shamokin area leads this one 21-6 at the half.
21-6 at the half is the score, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we'll run down area scores with Kenneth Say. We'll be back right after this full timeout. Pavement Incorporated since 1987. Servicing the surrounding area within a 100-mile radius. Free estimates are available for both residential and commercial properties. Pavement Incorporated professional services include asphalt paving, seal coating, excavation, utility services, concrete delivery, and 1-yard minimum concrete block and in-ground pool installation. Pavement Incorporated. Find them online or at 570-988-1899. Sunbury Motors has been the area's total automotive solution Since 1915, the North 4th Street Auto Plaza in Sunbury has an unbeatable selection of new Fords, Hyundais. Sunbury Motors Kia is the #1 Kia dealer in central Pennsylvania. They're located on the Golden Strip in Hummel's Wharf. For your next vehicle, Sunbury Motors, North 4th Street Auto Plaza, Sunbury, with Sunbury Motors Kia, routes 11 and 15 in Hummel's Wharf. Well, shine a light on your business with Lauer Media Company, just as they're proud to shine a light on tonight's game. Locally owned and operated, yet globally minded, Lauer Media Company offers custom solutions to grow your business through digital marketing and their business-to-business sales system. Find them online at lauermediacompany.com. At Best Cleaners, they strive to meet your every cleaning need, whether it is a simple floor cleaning, house cleaning, window cleaning, sanitizing job, or just a major water extraction. Best Cleaners is there for you. Their number is 570-672-9114 or www.bestcleanersllc.com. Well, if you're looking for to score a touchdown with the new bank, pass the ball over to UNB Bank. Locally owned and operated for over 115 years, UNB Bank provides banking and savings solutions, mobile banking, and low fees. UNB Bank also provides lending that's local with quick response time on applications. Score that extra point today with UNB Bank. Well, Plumbing Outlet. Keep the Plumbing Outlet in mind if you need a new coal, oil, or gas boiler. The Plumbing Outlet also carries a full variety of kitchen and bathroom cabinets and accessories before you buy anywhere else. Visit the Plumbing Outlet, Route 61 between Shamokin and Colmont. Give them a call, 570-648-0711 or www.plummingoutlet.com. Well, Studio 207, you'll find them at 707 North Liberty Street in Shamokin. They do haircuts, hairstyling needs for men, women, and children of all ages. Studio 207. Find them at 570-644-1277. You can also find them on Facebook. So check out Studio 207, 707 North Liberty Street in the city of Shamokin, and a proud sponsor of the Black Diamond Sports Network. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ, taking a look at the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard is Kenny Say.
Scores from around the area. Shikellamy and Selinsgrove, no score at the half. Lewisburg up on Midwest, 41-0 at the half. Central Columbia up on Milton, 14-0, second quarter. Hollidaysburg up on Jersey Shore, 17-13, second quarter. Montoursville up on Central Mountain, 21-0 in the second quarter. Mount Carmel up on Danville, 13-7 at the half. Southern Columbia up on Mifflinburg, 14-13, second quarter. Bloomsburg is up on Hughesville, 12-7, second quarter. Muncie is up on North Penn Mansfield, 37-6 at second quarter. Warrior Run is up on Loyalsock, 16-14 at the half. Shamokin is up on Williamsport here, 21-6 at the half. Line Mountain is up on Middletown, 27-7 at the half. And Montgomery is big up on Northwest at the half, 35-0.
A couple scores that really stand out are Hollidaysburg beating Jersey Shore.
Yes.
That's a score, but another score that really stands out is Danville trailing Mount Carmel. And that game, from what I understand, is at Danville, correct?
Yes.
And that's a game you can listen to on the Black Diamond Sports Network. But keep it tuned here if you're with us here, folks. But nonetheless, that down the line, Shamokin, of course, finishing the season at the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel. And, it's one of those games, it kind of reminds you in a way of like Army-Navy, which, ironically, both teams, Army and Navy, in the top 25. Army at 24, Navy at 25. You got to love that. Both teams are undefeated. But nonetheless, throw out the record books when you play that game and throw out the record books when Mount Carmel meets Shamokin.
And that ought to close out the season and ought to be a good game. Very impressed with Shamokin here against Williamsport at the half. Closing out the half with a score.
In less than, in the final minute,
yes.
Shamokin adds to their lead. And, you wonder, obviously, Williamsport's going to get the ball because they deferred, but nonetheless, Shamokin with a 2-touchdown lead. Is that enough to carry them over in the second half?
No. I would say Williamsport's going to come out. We'll see. If they can answer, it's going to be a ball game. If Williamsport turns it over on downs or doesn't score, and they give the ball back to Shamokin, and Shamokin somehow burns some time and finds a way to score, this game could be not over, but close to being in the record books.
How important is it for Williamsport to come out here in the second half, and they're going to get the football, but to really take it down the field and score?
It's very important. If they don't score, this sets the tone for the second half. Shamokin will seize on the opportunity, and I think if Williamsport doesn't score and Shamokin gets the ball back, they are going to burn some time and try to come away here with a win.
And they did. Shamokin burned a lot of time in that first half. When you look at that first drive, they didn't get any points, but they chewed up nearly half the first quarter. They chewed up 5 minutes of the clock. And if they do something like this here, they could be looking at their 7th victory of the season.
Yes. And the other thing that impressed me about Shamokin, going for it twice on 4th down, especially deep in their own territory, very gutsy calls by the coach. And I think you're going to see a lot of that in the second half.
Mark Persing is certainly a riverboat gambler. We want to thank Ken Safe for running down the scores here on the Black Diamond Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we will have the second half kickoff here from Kent Memorial Stadium on the Black Diamond Sports Network. Bill 95.3 WBLJ. We do remind you the score here at Kent Memorial. It is Shamokin leading by the score of 21-6. We'll be back right after this full timeout. Brian's Pest Defense will handle your commercial and residential pest problem at a cost that you can afford, whether it's rats, mice, bees, bedbugs, fleas, mosquitoes, ticks, or termites. Brian's Pest Defense has the solution. Brian's Pest Defense online at www.brianspestdefensellc.com or give them a call at 570-259-8059. For the best available coverage at the best price, contact the Rennell Road Armel Allstate Insurance Agency at 921 Westminster Drive in Williamsport. Road Armel Allstate Insurance Agency at 570-326-6645. You can find them online at rroadarmel@allstate.com. Road Armel Allstate Insurance Agency, you're in good hands with Allstate. Phil Manny would like to thank the Bernie Romanowski chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame for their support of our extensive broadcast schedule featuring local athletic programs. The Bernie Romanowski chapter of the Hall of Fame annually recognizes the accomplishments of athletes from Line Mountain, Our Lady of Lourdes, and Shamokin area, as well as Southern Columbia. Well, you know, Dolly's Diner in Williamsport. Tonight's football game between the Williamsport Millionaires and the Shamokin area Indians is brought to you by Dolly's Diner West. Dolly's Diner West serves an outstanding breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu Monday through Saturday from 7 to 7, Sunday from 8 until 3. To order online or pick up, visit their website at www.dollysdinerpa.com or give them a call at 570-666-3814 for pickup or dine in. Irish Isle Provision, 911 West Arch Street, Cole Township, specializes in USDA choice prime cuts of beef, chicken, pork, and veal. Imported deli meats and cheeses along with brand name cold cuts are also available. In addition, they offer a variety of seafood. Check out the family pack specials. Their number is 570-648-6893. With the local delivery is optional as well. Well, did you know, ladies and gentlemen, this sports season, Pretty Petals and Gifts by Susan, if you're planning to ask that special someone to the homecoming dance, their beautiful flowers are the perfect way to say, will you be my date? Their number is 570-509-2072. And they're found on Route 487 in Paxinas. Well, LTS Plumbing and Heating, Route 61 in Paxinas, would like to help you with the high cost of your home energy bills. The experts at LTS Plumbing and Heating install the system that is right for your home or business. LTS has been serving our area since 1990. Give Leon a call at LTS Plumbing and Heating for a free estimate today at 570-648-0748. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. We still have 2 minutes on the scoreboard, Corey, but both teams are out there ready to kick things off.
Yeah.
I don't know if they realize that. We know that, though, because they always do that to us. They had 3 minutes. And
the 3 minutes you despise the most in sports is the 3 minutes they put on after the clock runs out in halftime in a high school football game.
What's the rule on that with the PIAA? I want to know,
don't
because that happens everywhere.
Greg, to be honest, I think they just do it because they know it makes you upset. I think Dr. Lombardi down there says, you know that guy that writes that real conservative article every week in the news item? He doesn't like the extra 3 minutes, so we're going to add 3 more minutes to halftime just to piss him off.
Another 3 minutes of your life you just can't get back. You know, how many minutes? You add those minutes up through the years.
They say a cigarette takes 3 minutes off your life, so it's like smoking a cigarette, losing 3 minutes of your life at a high school football game.
So here we are. We're waiting the countdown, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a minute to go here, and both teams are out there ready to go. And, you know, these officials are always giving us less than a minute after a score,
right.
but now they're waiting for everything.
But that's what this leads to. Conversation that has nothing to do with what we're doing here tonight.
Absolutely. More wasted breath. You know, every word will be accounted for, right? Okay, here we go. Shamokin wants to kick things off. And who's doing the kicking duties? You have 6 and 8. Boy, I'll tell you, their numbers look very close together. And it is Steinhardt that will be kicking off for the Indians, teeing the ball up at the 40-yard line. Williamsport trails in this football game by the score of 21-6. They'll get the football, but I was mentioning to Ken Say, I said, you know, how important is it for that first drive of this third quarter?
Right. Right, especially after giving up that halftime score with, 40 seconds left or 35 seconds, whatever it was, the big 63-yarder. They got to come out here and have some kind of spark.
Shamokin ended the first half with a huge pass play, like Corey mentioned, a 63-yard touchdown reception. And here, you know, now they're down by 2 scores instead of 1. They're getting the football, but Williamsport really needs to engineer a drive to get back in the football game. There's the whistle. We're waiting on the kickoff now from Kent Memorial. Shamokin moving from right to left in their purple uniforms, white numerals. Williamsport in their black helmets, black pants, and white jerseys with red numbers. I heard a whistle. Here we go. We're underway finally. A knuckler right down the center of the field.
The second offsides that I've seen in the last 10
kickoff.
years on a kickoff.
Yes. We saw one, was it last week or was it the week before?
Yeah.
So there's an offside to start off the second half.
How do you do that?
Yeah. It's rare, but it happens. So they're going to move the ball back to the 35-yard line. No, they're not. Are they? Yes, they are. Okay, here we go. What is he doing? Okay, so now the ball's, what do you keep doing the same thing? I'd kick a knuckleball right down the center of the field again. That Parker Johnson for Williamsport, I wouldn't be surprised if he could still kick it in the end zone from the 35. Steinhardt now, usually from 10 yards back to get his run up on the ball. Runs up, kicks, a knuckler, this time off the near side in front of us, picked up at about the 22, across the 30, the 35, up to the 37-yard line. So nice return, decent field position for the Millionaires to start their first drive on offense in this second quarter. They trail 21-6 against Shamokin.
If you're listening tonight, Andrew Climbara, you should probably be listening to us on the radio, but looking at YouTube golf videos because we have a big match tomorrow, and I'm betting on myself.
We're on the links tomorrow. Corey on the links. Slot to the left. Handoff off the left side. Shamokin stringing it out very well, and maybe to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. They need to cut that music, not to play music as the play is being executed. So there's no, well, they give it a gain of about a half a yard.
See who that 45 is. I think they got his number.
Trips to that right side now. Waiting on the snap, way back. Fires in the flat in the near side, and that's going to go for nothing.
Bicker just ate that right up. As soon as he caught the ball, he was 2 yards deep in the backfield, and Bicker tackled him right on the spot. Great play by Ryan Bicker.
They'll lose 4 yards on that play, setting up a 3rd down and long. So this is something I'm sure the coaches didn't have drawn up in the half to get things on par here for Williamsport, who trails 21-6. Trips to that left side, ball in that near hash, moving from left to right. Long count. There's the snap back, looking left. Big rush now. Fires it away, and the ball's, should have been picked off in and out of the hands.
Andre Bell back there, yeah. He's the corner on the other side. Bicker's the corner on our side, the home side. Williamsport's going from left to right here. But, he left one drop there.
Nonetheless, they'll have to punt it away. Pucker Johnson doing the punting duties for Williamsport. Back deep for the Indians of Shamokin, standing at his own 30-yard line.
45 is number 5, Bailey.
Is Steele, the quarterback.
Yeah.
Not too often you see quarterbacks that return punts, but Shamokin does. It's going to be a short punt that will hit down at the 35 and roll out of bounds. So Shamokin will take over the football, 1st down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Williamsport started their drive at their own 37. They were 4 and out, and Shamokin now has their opportunity. First time on offense here in the second half. They lead 21-6. They're looking at a 1st down and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Ball's on that far hash.
Just got confirmation that number 45 for Williamsport is Jamal Bailey II. He's number 5 on the roster, but 45 on the field tonight.
Next week, Williamsport at home against Berwick. There's the snap, the give to Gink, and nowhere to go. He'll be taken down for a loss of a couple in the backfield. Good penetration by the defensive front of Williamsport for the loss.
Yeah, number 75, Jordan Downey. He's a 6'2", 270-pounder. He's probably the biggest kid on the Williamsport front line out there. That time swallowed Gink up.
They're saying it's a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 at the 32-yard line. 9:47 to go, 3rd quarter action. Shamokin leading 21-6. They have the football moving right to left. Man in motion now, left to right. Snap, back to pass. Big rush now, throws it off in the flat. Complete at the 30-yard line. And takes a host of Williamsport to finally make the stop. You know, when they called the stop before, when the guy didn't even have his knee down, now they're waiting. Like, why didn't you blow the whistle?
A little bit of a late whistle there. They tried a little screen pass to Shuey, which he caught and made one guy miss, and then a guy was coming from behind, but he turned to stiff arm him instead of not paying attention to what's behind you and getting downfield. But Shuey's a different breed of animal out there.
After all of that, ladies and gentlemen, a gain of 1 on the pass play, setting up a 3rd and 12. Ball's on that near hash, moving away from the scoreboard is Shamokin. Man in motion now from right to left, slot that left side. Back looking, fires downfield, has a man! Ooh, in and out. Incomplete. Double coverage down there.
Trying to hit Delbo on a post route, and if you'd have got some air underneath it, I think he would have been all right.
Right.
But it was a little, just a tad bit underthrown and allowed the free safety to get over the top and knock it down.
So that slips a 4th down. I would imagine this time, no gambling on this. This is definitely going to be a punt away for Shamokin. Hockenbrock will be doing the punting for the Indians, standing at his own 20-yard line.
Blocked.
Blocked. The punt is blocked. The
Still
ball's
loose.
still loose. Williamsport will have the football at the 11.
Yeah.
Wow. That is exactly what they needed. A huge play, and they came up with one.
And we talked a little bit in that second quarter about special teams, and Williamsport has just proved it there as they just blocked a punt by Shamokin and is going to have excellent field position on the 12-yard line.
First down and 10. This is just what the doctor ordered, but now they've got to punch it in. Receiver split wide, left and right. Spread formation, back quarterback keeper. Going to take it right up the middle. Goes maybe for a couple. That was sniffed out well by the Shamokin defense for only a gain of 2 on the play. So 2nd and 8 is the situation. They can pick up a first down at the 2-yard line. 8 minutes to go, third quarter action, 21-6 Shamokin, but Williamsport is knocking on the door in the red zone. They're showing a slot to the left side now. Snap, give, handoff, maybe up to the 8-yard line. We do remind you that this red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you to score big on savings.
And Jamel Bailey on that carry, and nothing going in the middle of that Shamokin defense as Isaac Glover's coming limping off the field. He'll be replaced by Shuey on those front 3.
Trips to that left side now. Receiver split wide to the right side. Snap rolling to his left, and he's going to tuck it under and run. And he'll get out of bounds just shy of the 5-yard line. Needs to get to the 2 for the first down.
Looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds at about the 6. So it's going to be 4th and 4 here for the Millionaires.
4th down and 4, like Corey mentioned. 7 minutes to go here. This is obviously 4-down territory.
And now they're going to take the points. They didn't take the points in the first half. Now they're going to take the points.
So Johnson, a strong kicker, waiting, a 22-yard attempt. There's the place. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. The score here from Kent Memorial, Shamokin 21 and Williamsport 9. We'll be back in 30 seconds. The name says it all. More Than Hair Designs is your full-service salon. More Than Hair Designs is your salon of choice for haircut, color, perm, manicure, pedicure, acrylic nails, lash extensions, a facial massage, you name it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 to 8. Saturday, 9 to 2. Shannon or Rachel, give them a call, 570-648-6482. More Than Hair Designs, 704 North 6th Street, Shamokin. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3, WBLJ 21-9. Shamokin leads this one over Williamsport. They kick it away. I thought they were going to set up an onside, but no, a kick away into the end zone. So Shamokin will set up shop at their own 20-yard line. First down and 10 at their own 20, moving away from the scoreboard here. And they'll be moving from, that means right to left. Next week, Berwick comes to Williamsport for Shamokin. Lewisburg, who was winning earlier tonight, 41-0. They'll be undefeated coming in here to Kent Memorial, a battle of the undefeateds in the 7th week of the season. Yeah, yes, the game is here. How about that? Would you have thumped that early in the season?
No. From either team, Lewisburg or Shamokin.
Give to Gink off the left side. Gink, he's up to the 25, still on his feet across the 30. Gink, like a pinball out there, takes it up to the 30-yard line and a Shamokin first. Check that, the 35-yard line and a Shamokin first down.
So big runs tonight for Gink. He has a run of 38, 35, 14, and that one was 15. So Gink rattling off some big yardage here for Shamokin area.
Gink is a very shifty runner for the Indians, and he's another guy like Clinton that does not go down on that first hit. Slot to the left side, ball's on that far hash for Shamokin. Receiver split wide to the right. Man in motion now left to right. Quarterback keeper right up the middle is Steele, and he will go for about 3 yards. You're listening to the Black Diamond Sports Network on Bill 95.3 WBLJ. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Maresca. I'm joined by Corey Hauser. The Manny Chiropractic scoreboard, 5:56 to go. Shamokin leading Williamsport 21-9. Looking at a 2nd down and 7. They break the huddle. Double tight end formation now. Shotgun, snap. Give to Gink, and he's taken down in the backfield. No, wait! Passes downfield, incomplete. Oh, they had me fooled. But there's a flag down. There was a flag thrown.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a
line
hold. But they ran a flea flicker. They ran that double inside reverse and then pitched it back to the quarterback, snuck Shuey down the field from his tight end position, and he was wide open and ended up dropping the football. But I think it's going to come back because I think we're going to have a hold.
Very nicely designed play. They certainly had this old man fooled. But there's a flag down on the play, and they're going to walk off. And that'll kick Shamokin all the way back inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. They need to get to their own 45-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, every time they drop back, Williamsport seems to have a guy that makes penetration. That time they tried to run that inside reverse, and there was just too much penetration in there for it to mature.
Slot to that left side now. Slot left and right, spread formation, quarterback keeper, Steele. He's across the 35 up to about the 37, but still needs about additional 8 yards for the first down. That'll set up a 4th down situation. Or check that, a 3rd down situation.
3rd and 9 here from their own 37-yard line. So we'll see what Shamokin can draw up here. Is it 4-down territory? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, they're on their own side of the 50, so it might be 4-down territory.
Slot to the left and right side now. Spread formation. Give to Gink off the right side. Gink, he's across the 40 to the 45. I think he has the first down. Give Gink almost 10 yards on that carry. Shot through the hole like a cannon and picks up the Shamokin first down.
Yeah, you need 9 yards. Give it to Gink, you get 10 yards. So there's another big carry for Gink tonight to go along. And I have him at 125 on 12 carries. So great night
that's
here.
A great average
for Gink.
Averaging 10 yards a carry for the Ginkster. First down and 10, ball at the 46, 4:35 to go. Slot left and right now, spread formation. Steele, the give again to Gink off the left side is across midfield down to the 49. Give him 5 yards again on that. Another decent gain by Gink. Not as far, but 5 yards nonetheless into Williamsport territory.
And it just continues to chew time off that clock as we're approaching 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Shamokin driving the ball. Williamsport only had it once, or they had it twice. They had the opening kickoff, and then they got the block punt and got it again. But Shamokin's dominated this whole 3rd quarter so far, time of possession.
Slot left and right, big rush now. Steele's going to tuck it under and run. Trying to get to the first down. He'll get out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Needs to get to the 45-yard line. But his receivers were covered downfield, and he had to tuck it under and run, and gets a couple yards on the play. 3rd down, they're calling it 3:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Shamokin leading 21-9. Ball on that far hash in front of the Williamsport bench. The Indians are moving away from the scoreboard here at Kent Memorial from right to left. Double tight end formation. Receiver split wide to the right. Give to Gink. He will have, I believe, the first down.
It's going to be close.
Manly on the
They're
stop
saying
for
no.
Williamsport. No.
He just got over the 45-yard line. He needs to get to the 44.
Here comes Clinton in. They need a yard.
The horses are coming in now. It looks like they might go power I here. I see Caden Parker coming in. He's a linebacker on defense. So bringing in some extra beef here.
4th down, let's
the
call
tush,
it 1.
The purple push.
Snap. Steele has it. Oh, yeah, and then some. He almost got to the 40-yard line. He gained about, 3 yards on that play. He needed a half a yard. He got it, and then some. The drive continues for Shamokin.
That time he took the snap and waited a little bit, let the push get going, and then he went up inside there.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So he's a little bit more patient on that instead of just quarterback sneaking it the whole way.
And that obviously is the key to that play. No question. They had the good push on that line of scrimmage, the leverage, and he used that to his advantage. 1st down and 10 for Shamokin at the 42-yard line of Williamsport. Man in motion now, right to left. Receiver split wide left and right. The give to Clinton. Clinton right up the middle. He's got room. He's across the 30, the 25, the 20. That's another 1st down for the Indians, down to about the 18-yard line. They're saying no, they're checked that. They're saying his knee touched the ground, the turf at the 21. But nonetheless, a 1st down.
There's still about 20-plus yards on that carry, and Clinton's starting to rattle off big chunks along with Gink here.
Slot to that left side again to give to Clinton this time. He's got a hole right up the middle. He takes it down. He's still on his feet. He's in for the touchdown. Like a pinball, he rolls in for the score, and Shamokin adds to their lead. You cannot tackle him one-on-one with an initial hit. You've got to bring him, you got to wrap him up, and he just kept going, and there goes the Cannons. 27-9 now Shamokin with 2:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. Now Steinhardt is in for the PAT for Shamokin to get it up to 28. Waiting on the snap, the place, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. We will take one as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds. State Farm agent Darla Fozzie is your one-stop shop in Cole Township for service that you deserve at a price that you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Darla Fozzie is ready to help. 570-648-0809. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Old City Bagel, 608 Mill Street, Danville, is open Wednesday through Saturday, 6:30 until 2. Old City Bagel has gift baskets and gift cards available, along with a rotating variety of baked goods. If you're planning an upcoming meeting or an event, give them a call for catering. 570-271-9577. Old City Bagel, 608 Mill Street in downtown Danville. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. Kickoff is fielded, bobbled, and picked up at the 15, the 20, the 25, and taken down at about the 26-yard line is where Williamsport will set up shop to try to get back in this football game.
Yeah, they got to answer here, Greg. It's 28-9. They got 3 points off that blocked field goal in their last possession. We'll see if they can capitalize here and drive down the field. They're going to have to drive 85 yards, though, 75.
Williamsport breaks the huddle there on that near hash in front of us, moving from left to right toward the scoreboard. They're showing a formation that shows a slot to that left side, receiver split wide to the right side. There's the snap, back, big rush now, and he'll be sacked.
Clinton on the sack. So Clinton got close a couple times as Williamsport dropped back there in this quarter and the second quarter, but that time he got home, and it's going to be a big loss all the way back to the 18-yard line.
14-13 Danville over Mount Carmel.
I got a text there at half from a friend of mine in Danville, and he says Mount Carmel was running the ball all over Danville.
Wow.
They couldn't stop the run.
Trips to the right side now. There's the snap, rolling to his right, looking downfield, fires, and it's incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Shamokin. Bradshaw was the intended receiver, setting up a second down situation and 19.
Yeah, Bickert's only a sophomore over there at that corner position, Greg, and he's playing like a senior out there. He's doing a great job. He has an interception already this season, and just playing some nice lockdown corner for the Shamokin area Indians.
It is 3rd down and 19. Shamokin has the lead 28-9 with 1:09 to go, third quarter action. Receiver split wide to the left, now slot to that right side, man in motion. Back to pass looking, setting up the screen, dumps it off, and read very well by the Shamokin defense. Loss of a couple, and that'll set up a 4th down.
Yeah, great job on that outside over there by Andre Bell. And I believe Phoenix.
Under a minute to go, third quarter action, and Williamsport will be punting from their goal line. Parker Johnson is the punter. Back deep is Steele for Shamokin, standing at his own 45. Long count. There's the snap. High snap, fielded well. The punt is away. And Steele's just going to let it go. You know, that's, again.
Yeah, they flipped the field. Shamokin had him pinned back down there on the 13-yard line. They're kicking from basically the goal line, and they flipped the field. Shamokin's going to get it 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. So a flipping of the field by Williamsport, another great special teams play.
Parker Johnson is the real deal, kicking off, punting for this Williamsport Millionaire team. He is certainly a weapon on special teams, but they need weapons on offense here, though.
Right. They could use a couple weapons on offense, but you're darn right. He has a leg. He has 2 legs, but one of them he uses for kicking, and it works real well.
Shamokin has the football on that far hash. Now receiver split wide to the left and right. Shotgun formation. The give to Gink off the right side. He's across the 40, the 45, midfield, the 40, cuts it back, the 30, and finally taken down just shy of the 20-yard line. Gink now showing his speed at the conclusion of the third quarter. Our score here from Kent Memorial, Shamokin 28. Williamsport 9 will be back in 60 seconds. For an incredible lunch or dinner or a quick bite, amazing appetizers, or an adult beverage, Heritage Restaurant and Pub is the best value in the region for taste, selection, service, and atmosphere. Heritage Restaurant and Pub owner at the corner, of Market and Arch Streets in Shamokin. Give them a call today for a fine dining experience. Shimmock's Furniture World is gearing up to get you in that recliner this football season. 121 East 5th Street in Mount Carmel. 3 floors of beautiful furniture. Pick out your game day recliner starting at $299. Shimmock's has been selling happiness since 1915. Free delivery, setup, and removal of all of old items. Shimmock's Furniture, you find them at 121 East 5th Street, Mount Carmel, selling happiness and celebrating over 100 years of serving you. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. I think this might be the first time they gave us over a minute after a break. Wow, congratulations to the officials. If you want to be a PIAA official, go to PIAA.org for more information. They waive the application fee for students. Shamokin has the football, 1st down and 10 at the 22-yard line. Man in motion now, right to left. Receiver split wide to the left and right. Give on the jet sweep across the left side. Cuts it back now inside 10, 5. Touchdown. Shamokin now has extended their lead to 34-9, and that's pencil in for the 22-yard touchdown scamper for Shamokin to increase their lead here over the Williamsport Millionaires. So Shamokin coming out here in the second half and just dominating. But wait, hold everything, hold everything. Oh, they're saying it's motion, a motion call against the Indians, and it's coming back. When did that flag? Did you see a flag?
No,
I
didn't,
certainly did not.
But if they're calling it on the motion guy, it looked like Gink was going towards the line of scrimmage as he went in motion to the left on that play.
So take that score off the board, and that'll put it down. The ball will be at the 27-yard line, looking at a 1st and 15. Now, I'd run the play again.
This time with better motion, right?
Slot left and right now. Spread formation for the Indians. Wingman on that left side. The give to Gink off the right side. Still on his feet. Boy, he is a shifty runner. He took a loss, yes, but he actually gained. It looked like they were going to corral him down for a loss of a couple, but he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage for no loss. He is a shifty runner.
Yeah,
2nd and 15.
I mean, there was some poor tackling going on out there also, but not to take any away from Gink, he's a tough runner.
11 minutes remaining in this contest. If you're just joining us, good evening and welcome. Greg Maresca with Corey Hauser. Slot left side, tight end on the right side. Snap, back to pass now. Fires across the middle, and the ball is intercepted at the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, midfield, and finally taken down at about the 45-yard line. That interception is credited to Samir Williams, and he takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line of Shamokin.
So this is what makes me nervous about this Shamokin area football team is they can't put you away. They keep letting these teams hang around. We saw it last week a little bit with Selinsgrove. They have opportunities to put them away, to let Selinsgrove hang around. They came away with a 10-point win, but Selinsgrove, they left them hang around in that football game. Same thing they're doing tonight here with Williamsport.
As you mentioned, the keys, again, that penalty that brought the touchdown back. The give, an A-gap giver right there, and maybe give him 3 yards on the carry. Glover on the stop for Shamokin, setting up a second down. Let's call it 7. But, you know, time becomes a factor now for Williamsport. They cannot dilly-dally.
Right.
They have 10 minutes, and they're down by 3 scores.
And Williamsport, this isn't a real good Williamsport football team, so you might get away with it tonight with a win. But when you get in those district playoffs and you run into a Jersey Shore again, or you get to the state playoffs, you're not going to be able to let these situations go like this.
Trying to stretch the field out here, running on the near side and taking it up to the 34-yard line. They'll pick up the first down. So the drive continues for Williamsport to the 30. Well, they mark it at the 31-yard line, so 1st and 10 at the 31, but we're under 10 minutes now to play. Williamsport trails 28-9. They're showing trips to that right side now. Receiver split wide to the left side. That's the near side of the field. The pitch now off the left side and takes it out to the 20, down to the 15-yard line.
It's going to be enough for another first down on the option play with Kyer Wiley as he picks up another 10 yards. And Williamsport is inside the red zone. Inside the red zone here, Greg.
We do remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that the Red Zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you to score big on savings. Man in motion now, left to right. Give off the left side, and not much doing there. Maybe the line of scrimmage, and that's all. But, you know, again, now we're going to be under 9 minutes now. Taking a lot of time here to get the play in and out, and you know, when you're down by so many scores, you've got to really pick up the pace here.
And there's no sense of urgency from
no.
Williamsport here, none whatsoever.
I mean, they're in the red zone here. They're at the 17-yard line, but now we're down to 8:50 to go in the game. Trips to that right side now. Receiver split wide to the left. The ball's on the near side, moving away from the scoreboard, rolling to his right, looking downfield. He's got a lane. He's going to try to run it. There's a flag down, and he's taken down just shy of the 10-yard line. But there is a flag down on the play.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold out there, which prevented Tanner Hornberger of getting some more pressure on Way as he rolled out to the right.
So the official will mark it off. It goes against Williamsport, taking the ball back to the 27-yard line. But you know what you can't put back on the clock is the time.
Right.
You know, again, there was another 30 seconds. The clock is now running. They're huddling up. Nobody's at the line of scrimmage. Like you said, no sense of urgency. When this play's concluded, we'll be under 8 minutes. Time management here, big part of this football game. Trips to the right side, receiver split wide to the left. Shotgun formation is Way. There's the snap. Big rush now. He's going to have to run. He's going to try find something off the left side, and he's driven out of bounds at the 25. That does stop the clock with 8:07 to go. Credited with 1 yard on the play. 3rd and 19 is the situation. There's the snap. Rolling to his right and looking. Dumps it off complete. Takes it down inside the 10. Tevin Williams is the quarterback. He's a freshman. He's big but lean at 6'3", 155. Williams throws it downfield, complete. But Williams is now taking the snaps for Williamsport. They have the ball down to the 8-yard line. 4th down. They need to get to the 7 for the first down. But again, 7:57 to go. They're down by 3 scores. And he has the first down. 1-yard scamper. But again, just milling around. I would imagine if they do score, they're going to have an onside kick, I would imagine.
I would think you're talking under 7:30 to go here in the game. They're down several scores.
And the time is they're still in the huddle. They're certainly not Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore would have ran 3 plays by now.
At least.
Slot trips to that right side, ladies and gentlemen. Give off the right side. Was that Bailey?
No, I believe that was
Wiley?
Kyer Whaley, number 23. Just to pick up of a yard. They're on the 5-yard line. Under 7 minutes to go here at Kent Memorial Stadium, with Shamokin area leading 28-9.
A time-consuming drive by Williamsport when they just don't. They need the drive, but not the consumption. They're showing that trips to that right side now. Back looking, fires near side, caught, touchdown. Touchdown Williamsport at the 6:36 mark of the fourth quarter to bring them within 2 scores. Yeah, if Shamokin can chew up some first downs and just run out the clock, they'll come away with the victory. Parker Johnson attempting the point after touchdown for Williamsport, who just scored. Waiting on the snap, the place, the kick is up, and the kick is good. The kick is good. We will come back right after this 60-second timeout. Concerned about not having what it takes to find a living wage job locally? An associate's or a certificate could provide you with the necessary training. A new community college in the central Susquehanna Valley means you won't have to travel to Nanticoke, Scranton, or Harrisburg. Susquehanna Valley Community Education Project proudly supports Danville, Mifflinburg, Mount Carmel, Shamokin, and Southern on the Black Diamond Sports Network. You can find them online at www.newcommunitycollege.org or click on their banner on the Black Diamond Sports Network homepage. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. The kickoff fielded by Shamokin and taken up to about the 22-yard line, 23, 22.
So here's how important, as we, in hindsight, look back at what Williamsport did. They missed an extra point, and they passed on a field goal. That's 4 points. We'd have a one-score game right here at Kent Memorial
Absolutely.
here tonight.
Oh, no
It'd
question.
be 28 to 20
Yep.
if they hit that field goal, which the kid
Right.
probably would have made. It was
Right.
about the same distance as the one he did make, and then obviously the mixed extra point that got blocked.
Sure. No question about it. Give off the right side now. Gink, he's got some room across the 30 up to about the 32. He'll be close to a first down. Maybe miss it by perhaps a yard. Gink really getting into his groove. How close is he to 200 yards on the night?
I have him at 141 right now.
141. It seemed like he's
141,
more
yeah.
than that. Peeling off some chunks of yardage for the Indians. They're looking at a second down and 1 situation. The ball at the 33-yard line of Shamokin at 5:40 to go. Snap, Gink off the right side. He's got the first down across the 40 up to the 45-yard line. Exactly what they needed. First down and 10 now, Shamokin. They're marking him down at the 45-yard line.
So with runs of 9 and 12 now by Gink, he just keeps getting stronger as this game goes on.
$5:20 to go now in the fourth quarter. Receiver split wide left and right for Shamokin. Still is the quarterback for the Indians. Standing next to him is Clinton. Snap, give to Clinton off the right side. He's at midfield. He's at the 45, the 40, and finally taken out of bounds inside the 35. And he'll have another Shamokin first down as the drive continues for the Indians, who lead 28-16. Inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line, but the clock continues to tick. They stopped the clock for the first down. We're at 5:03 to go. Timeout on the field. We will keep it right here and talk about next week. Shamokin taking on Lewisburg. It looks like it's going to be a battle of the undefeated.
Yeah, right here at Kent Memorial Stadium. That'll be our final home game of the regular season.
Is that the final home game already?
Yeah, and then we'll be on the road the next 2 weeks after that at Loyal Sock, and then, of course, the bucket game up at Mount Carmel.
Which we will not do. That'll
No.
be the Mount Carmel crew will do that game. So our final game really is the Loyal Sock game.
That'll be Coach G and Mike Ferlazzo
Yes.
will have the call on the Cold Bucket game this year.
Ron Jabuski and Mike Ferlazzo calling that game up in Danville between Mount Carmel and Danville. Last score we had was 14-13. Danville. Slot left and right, man in motion now. Jet sweep to Pencil off the left side. Cuts it back inside toward the right side. He's like a pinball out there bouncing around. He'll take it up to the 26, if not the 27-yard line. So a gain of a couple. But more importantly, the time continues to chew away.
So we got Pencil at 7 carries for $121. We got Gink at 16 carries for $153, and we got Clinton at 7 carries for 81 yards on the night. So the three-headed spear of rushing is working out well here for Shamokin against these Millionaires.
Like you mentioned earlier, a lot of weapons, a lot of options here. Bad snap picked up by Steele, rolling, now fires downfield, has a man. Ooh, incomplete, but there's a flag down on the play. And that's at the 22-yard line.
And just a little underthrown there to Price as he was wide open.
Ineligible, you think, downfield? Because that was a designed run play. Mishandled the snap. I didn't get that signal. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Ineligible? Yeah, ineligible.
Ineligible
okay.
man
Was
downfield,
ineligible,
yeah. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, but loss of down. That's the one that cripples you on that one.
That's the key.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and 11, the way it looks, with 4:12 to go here. But I don't see Hockenbrock coming out. Or I should say moving to the back to punt the ball. He's at his normal guard position.
Slot to that left side now. Steele is the quarterback. Snap. Give to Gink off the right side. Gink, he's across the 25. He's going to be close.
He needed to get to about the
It's going
21.
to be close.
If he gets to the 21, he has it.
I don't know. Are they going to measure? No.
First down, they're giving it to
Oh,
him.
my. Unbelievable. He got the first down. This game is essentially over. 1st and 10 for Shamokin, the ball inside the 20-yard line. And we do remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this red zone potential scoring drive is driven by Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Lewisburg, helping you to score big on savings. 1st down and 10, ball at the 19-yard line. Slot to that left side now. Snap, give, right side, Gink. He's across the 15-yard line, down to about the 14, if not the 13-yard line. 3:20 to go now. Pretty much academic now. Shamokin leading 28-16. Knocking on the door with a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5, the Indians. Moving left to right. Next week on the slate, Lewisburg. Both teams should be 7-0. Shamokin breaks the huddle, showing a slot to that left side now. 2nd down and 5 with 2:50 to go. Steals the quarterback. Snap. Bobbled. Give to Clinton. And he gets a couple. Boy, even when it's close, it goes pretty well for the Indians. A positive of 2 yards. .230 now to go. Third down, and let's call it 2, a long 2 perhaps. But again, there's the clock winding down to the 2-minute mark. Receiver split wide to the left now and right. Quarterback is Steele, and standing next to him is the halfback Clinton. Give to him, trying to find something off the right side. He finds the 9-yard line. I believe he's going to be very close to a first down, but they're saying he did not get it. It's about the length of a football. But we are under the 2-minute mark now at $1.50. And Shamokin is content to run this play clock down that's now at 20. Williamsport will fall to 4-3 on the season. They've got Berwick next week in Williamsport. Slot to that right side now. Snap, give. Clinton. He's around the 5-yard line, if not the 4-yard line. Give him a gain of about 5. Now we're down to 1:15 to go. Both teams have all their timeouts, and they won't be using them. The word academic is used probably too much, but it certainly fits in this case.
I think you're going to see a kneel down here. I would hope, with under a minute to play, Shamokin in control of it.
There's the snap, give to Clinton. And he finds the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That's almost equivalent to a kneel down. Now we're at 38 seconds to go.
They're going to need one more snap the way it looks. The play clock's at 28, game clock's at 33.
Shamokin will improve to 7-0 on the season. It has not been this way since 1991. We all were a lot younger then. Make America 1991 again is the theme here in Shamokin, to try to go undefeated on the season.
Mount Carmel leading Danville 19-14. That should be in the fourth quarter.
Wow. Well, Steele will take the football, and ladies and gentlemen, he'll be dropped at the 15-yard line, but nonetheless, it is over here from Kent Memorial Stadium on the campus of Shamokin Area High School, and the final score here from Kent Memorial. It is Shamokin 28 and Williamsport 16. We will come back with the scoring, the statistics, right after this full timeout. Well, you know, the Black Diamond Sports Network has patrons. One of them is State Senator Linda Schlegel-Culver. She's proud to help bring tonight's game on the Black Diamond Sports Network. Another one is a guy by the name of Dave McCormick. If you didn't see the debate last night against Bob Casey, McCormick excelled in the classroom at Bloomsburg on the gridiron and on the mats during wrestling season. McCormick took the skills he learned to West Point, received a commission in the Army on the battlefields of Desert Storm. Dave reflected on great times playing high school football and wrestling at Bloomsburg and at the U.S. Military Academy as a relief from the conflict at hand. Dave McCormick encourages all area athletes to be all you can be. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by State Representative Joanne Stair, 300 East Independence Street in the city of Shamokin. Her phone number is 570-648-8017. Joanne is a proud supporter of the student athletes in the Mount Carmel, Shamokin, and Southern Columbia school districts. Well, you know, Congressman Dan Muser is working hard to serve the 12 counties of the 9th Congressional District, including Columbia, Montour, Northumberland, and Schuylkill counties. Congressman Muser wishes all area athletes success, both on and off the field of play. Contact Congressman Muser at muser.house.gov. And we do remind you, ladies and gentlemen, each and every week, a proud supporter of the Bucknell, now check that, of the Bison, of the Black Diamond Sports Network, is the GDK Development of Shamokin. They're a proud supporter of all local and youth sports, the Welsh family. You know, they've been in business for decades in Shamokin, and they thank you for supporting them and their local businesses, which include the Ellisburg and Sunbury Burger King restaurants. Once again, they thank you for your many years of support, and they wish good luck to all the area athletes and the teams this sporting season from the Welsh family and GDK Development of Shamokin, a proud sponsor of the Black Diamond Sports Network. And each and every week, ladies and gentlemen, they bring you the stats. So GDK Development of Shamokin and the Welsh family, we do thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. Also, Penn's Tavern in Fisher's Ferry promises a memorable dining experience. For reservations, their numbers 570-286-2007. Penn's Tavern, a historic waterfront restaurant. BlackDiamondSports.net, Bill 95.3 WBLJ. Running down tonight's statistics and the scoring is the coach himself, Corey Hauser.
At the 3:53 mark of the first quarter, Shamokin got on the scoreboard first with a 6-yard touchdown run by Zakeem Clinton. Pencil's point after attempt was good. They led 7-0. Then in the second quarter at the 10:35 mark, a 19-yard touchdown run, but this time by Chase Pencil. And Pencil also had the point after, which was good, 14-0 Shamokin area. 8:29 of the second quarter, Williamsport got on the scoreboard with a 5-yard touchdown run by Elijah Way. The point after attempt was blocked, and they trailed by 7, 14-6. Then with 45 seconds left to go before the half, a big 63-yard touchdown pass from Steele to Pencil. This time Steinhardt comes in for the point after, and it is good, and they take a 21-6 halftime lead. The third quarter comes out at the 6:55 mark. A 23-yard field goal by Parker Johnson closes the gap to 21-9 in favor of Shamokin. Then at the 2:03 mark, Shamokin hooks up on a 20-yard touchdown run by Zakeem Clinton, his second of the night, for a 28-9 lead. Williamsport gets on the scoreboard in the fourth quarter at the 6:35 mark on a 5-yard touchdown pass from Williams to Bradshaw. The point after by Parker Johnson's good, and that's the final score here tonight at Kent Memorial Stadium. Shamokin area 28, Williamsport 16.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the final score on the Manny Chiropractic scoreboard. It is Shamokin 28 and Williamsport 16. For the crew, for Phil Manny, who is the supreme producer of this program, who monitors us from far away, and we certainly appreciate all the work that he does at keeping us on the air. For our other producers here, Peter Costarelli, Kenny Say, for Corey Hauser, my name is Greg Maresca. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. The final score from Kent Memorial, 28-16 Shamokin over Williamsport. Next week, Williamsport will host Berwick in Williamsport, and Shamokin will host the undefeated Green Dragons of Lewisburg here at Kent Memorial. Both teams coming in 7-0. We kick off at 7. More importantly, we begin the pregame show at 6:40. We will see you next week. For the crew, I'm Greg Maresca.